starts and never ends. Tune and lean and feel the groove. Every moment, a vibe you can't lose. It's for the culture, by the culture. Braylon Lee's got the soul to show you. Breaking it down, lifting it higher. Feel the rhythm, spark the fire.
Well, hello to you, and you. Welcome into another edition of Braylon's Virtual Tour Live. We are live on tour. Hey, everybody. It's been a little minute, not too long, though. I will explain what happened. A lot's happened. I'm going to be open, candid, and transparent with y'all because y'all the Virtual Tour family, and we are one, okay? So tonight we're going to talk about Netflix and The Breakfast Club. Now, of course, you know everybody's talking about it, but I'm going to talk about it from a different aspect because The Breakfast Club has not been just seen on Netflix. Wait till you see the history I got, okay? So let's make it do what it do because higher is waiting, lower is available, but either way, we got to go on tour. Yes, indeed, we do. Let me take that this like kind of intro here. You see that virtual tour background? Yes, you do. You hear that virtual tour music? Yes, you do. And then there is hey, everybody, welcome in. It's good to see all of you. Yes, I'm still here in the land of the living. Just been chillaxing, just kind of been enjoying my rest. So to let you guys know what happened last Friday, well, actually, no, it was Saturday. My bad, it was Saturday. So Saturday, I go out to get Pizza Hut, right? I come back and there is a leak. There is a leak. It's going through my light bulb and everything. And then it's going through my ceiling, in the part of the shower, right? And so, with that being said, my place wasn't the best. And I just want to say this to anybody who says a person needs to do this, that, and the third in a live chat or anywhere on social media. The fact that you know what someone else's issue or issues are, do you have your own to deal with before you judge somebody else? Because he or she who has that sin cast the first stone. So since I can't cast it, since you can't cast it, since we can't cast, we all should fucking talk. Hello, Slugger Official. Hello, Jared White. CC, good to see you, my friend. Shout out to the 14 people here. So, to let you guys know, I've always tried to keep a positive attitude, but for the longest time, I felt like I wasn't where I really wanted to be in life. So, my place and, how I looked wasn't the best. Of course, I still came on to give you guys a good show because that's what we do over here. This is a outlet. This is our place to fall. This is the after show for the culture of the culture by the culture. And so I mentally resetted some things and I am happy to say that I'm breathing good. And just recognize if anybody moves like that, where they say this person looks like they need to do this, that, or third, just know that they probably are not doing anything virtually or in reality that they need to attend to their own issues. They ain't doing that. Number two, to say that anywhere on social media is a really poor reflection of how you don't care about anxiety, depression, or anything else. But bigger than that, what that goes to show is that keyboard warriors are warriors, but they're never conquerors. Because somebody who's a conqueror will be attending to their own issues, okay? In the words of many people, where's the content? Where's the content? Where's the content? I guess we just got to talk about anything just to exist nowadays, huh? I did say this was going to prove who's a real content creator, who's not a real content creator. And I wonder what Anonymous T has to say about what a real good streamer can do.
Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content.
One more time, Anonymous too.
Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content.
That's why I thought. So, with that being said, welcome in. It's good to see all of you here. Let's get to it. So, everybody is talking about the Breakfast Club and Netflix and everything in between. By the way, I just want to say this. When it comes to people who believe that there's somebody important, I think of Rihanna. I think about Lisa Nash. I think about Jill Scott. I think about Lisa Ray McCoy. Those women never had to say, I look better than this, that, and the third, bloodline or otherwise. If you really are beautiful, if you really are about your shit, and you are worth something, those women execute that. They don't say that just to feel like they're somebody. Because if you got to talk that much, you really are shit to yourself. And that goes for the men too. We equal opportunity for genders over here. Now, with that being said, everybody's talking about the Breakfast Club and Netflix. Of course, as you guys know, I am a media nerd. CC knows this because she follows me very closely here. And, you know, we break a lot of media stories over here. And if you watch the morning editions, there's a song that I play called A Lot Happens Early, because a lot happens early over here. So I wanted to just give you the lay of the land before we got to the Breakfast Club and Netflix. So here we go. Give me a moment. It's good to be back. All right, yeah. Okay. Wait 1 minute, y'all. There we go. Okay, so I want y'all to see this. Y'all see Sean Combs' Revolt and Clear Channel Media and entertainment partner on exclusive 2014. Give me a moment. Programming. So it says Sean Combs, Revolt, and Clear Channel Media entertainment partner on exclusive 2014 programming. New York's Power 105.1's nationally syndicated hit radio show, The Breakfast Club, to be televised on the new multi-platform cable network. So Revolt and Clear Channel Media, also now known as iHeartMedia, and Entertainment, announced that on that day, the nationally syndicated award-winning hit radio show on New York's Power 105.1, The Breakfast Club, starring Charmaine the God, DJ Envy, Angela Yee, and DJ Envy, be televised live Monday through Friday on Revolt TV beginning on March 3rd of 2014. So everybody's talking about Netflix, not recognizing the Breakfast Club has been around. So let's continue here. Starting our day with the Breakfast Club brings 3 more hours of live daily programming to Revolt's already expansive real-time coverage of music news, and culture each day, said Andy Sherman, president and co-founder of Revolt. Right here, taking this award-winning Power 105 morning show and extending its reach to television reinforces Clear Channel position as a preeminent multi-platform entertainment company, said John Sykes, president of Entertainment Enterprises for Clear Channel, also known as iHeartMedia. We are a company that creates incredible original content every day. We are excited to partner on this with a true visionary like Sean Combs. Launched in December 2010, The Breakfast Club was named the #1 radio program in the nation by Source Magazine. It's also widely regarded as one of the most informative and entertaining urban morning shows today. We are proud of this new partnership with Clear Channel, adding radio as a medium to the Revolt arsenal will help push the traditional boundaries of music on television and expand our reach even further with millions of new listeners and viewers, which is incredible for fledgling network. Said Keith Clink Shackles. How did your parents come up with Clink Shackles? There ain't no way in hell. I'm sorry. I've read a lot of last names in life and said a lot of last names in life, but Clink Shackles, I'm Revolt CEO. So I wanted to bring this up because originally, how we actually communicated through the power of media was, I'm going to just show y'all this picture, okay? For those of you who know, that would be my shirt. And I needed to clean up myself. But either way, I was hanging out with my mom and helping her with some stuff. So that's kind of my work shirt. But still need to, but if you're wondering what that VHS tape is in my hand, let me zoom in on it. Now that says something about Nickelodeon. Let's continue, shall we? Ladies and gentlemen, that is the VHS tape of the Nickelodeon Sleepover Jam in 2003. I was on. Yeah, we still have the VHS tape. When I was at my mom and dad's place, and we were, me and my mom were hanging out, and I was helping her move some stuff and everything else. I saw the VHS and immediately got excited. I'm like, can you please send me the photos? Because I'm going to share this with my audience, and they are going to flip. So there is their Nickelodeon Sleepover Jam line record J109 681. So you're probably wondering, Bray, why are you showing us this, right? Well, for one, I thought it would be cool to because I talked about the story many times. We even did a whole live showcase of a clip from it. But I wanted to show this to you, for one, because y'all the Virtual Tour family. Number two, there's not too many people that got to be on Nickelodeon. But number three, we went from VHS to DVDs, Blu-rays, to streaming. And we just got done recently talking about a report from the Los Angeles Times that video stores, like Blockbuster, Movie Gallery, Hollywood Video, they're making a comeback because of streaming taking away titles forever. So people are really going back to physical media. And when I first heard about the story, I was just like, okay, so streaming came as a way to curate and create content in an easier fashion, to consume it in an easier fashion, and to share it in an easier fashion. But what we are beginning to realize here is that there's only so much you can do on linear television. There's only so much you can do on cable. Well, let me flip the reverse around back. There's only so much you can do on linear TV. There's only so much you can do on cable television. And there's only so much you can do on streaming, right? Because when Netflix came into play for the longest time, Hulu was the network's answer to Netflix, right? So Hulu was 21st Century Fox. It was 21st Century Fox, it was NBC Universal and Disney, right? That was the legacy Hollywood's answer to Netflix. Now, of course, NBC Universal, they went off and did Peacock, and Disney, of course, decided to do, Disney Plus. So Hulu is now folding into Disney Plus. I still think that is a dumb ass decision because Disney needs a place for adult content. They do. And when I heard about the Breakfast Club and Netflix and why it wasn't working out, I'm just like, I don't think people really understand the history of it. So let's go to another article because the Breakfast Club has not only appeared on Revolt TV. Give me a moment. Been on BET. So, like I said, it's really mind-boggling when I heard about this. I'm like, wait, they're not working out on Netflix. They were on iHeart. They were on Revolt TV. They were on BET. Let's get into this. Now, this was an exclusive from the Hollywood Report. Let's keep going here. BET is getting back into the daily programming game for the first time in almost a decade. The Paramount Global owned cable outlet has partnered with iHeartMedia to air a daily broadcast of the syndicated Breakfast Club radio show hosted by Charlamagne the God, DJ MB on New York's Power 105.1 105.1 FM BET and sister network VH1. Now, for those of you who are thinking, oh wait, isn't VH1 under MTV? It was a long time ago, but then control went from MTV to BET. We'll air a 1 hour edition of the show at 9 a.m. Eastern weekdays starting April 17th. We are thrilled to partner with iHeartMedia to bring the Breakfast Club and their unique brand of entertainment cultural commentary to our audiences, said BET CEO and President Scott Mills. In a statement, we recognize the show's influence and popularity. We are confident that the partnership will be meaningful to our viewers and partners. Host Charlamagne and DJ Envy are longtime members of the BET Paramount family. We couldn't be more excited to welcome the Breakfast Club home to BET. Mm-hmm. 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 But wait a minute, that's not all that they aired on. We were not about to be in a Tubi time loop, okay? But yes, the Breakfast Club has also aired on Tubi. Give me a moment. And this was just last year. iHeartMedia's The Breakfast Club finds streaming home on Tubi. Iconic morning shows, Greatest Moments, will be available for free daily on demand and will also debut a dedicated free advertising streaming television channel on Tubi. This came out January 23rd of 2025, so last year. Fox Corporation's ad-supported streaming service on that day announced a groundbreaking partnership with iHeartMedia to bring the widely popular nationally syndicated radio show and podcast on the Breakfast Club to Tubi viewers. For the first time ever, the Breakfast Club will not only be available on demand, but also as a dedicated fast channel that will include Greatest Moments from episodes and original short-form content from the show, featuring DJ Envy, Charlamagne the God, just hilarious. The Breakfast Club boasts a global reach of 6 million monthly listeners and has a massive social media following. So let's review. They've been on Revolt TV. They've been on BET. They've been on Tubi. 3 platforms, ladies and gentlemen. So when people say, oh my God, they finally, they moved over to Netflix, it's like, no. They've been out here on multiple homes. And this is, I think, why people get frustrated sometimes with, the creator economy, because it's just like, can somebody do their research? Can somebody do their homework? Can somebody do the actual job of executing the assignment to understand the totality of everything? So when you look at Revolt TV, that was linear television, right? But they also have a streaming platform. You look at BET, that's linear television and BET Plus, right? And then you look at Tubi, which is free streaming, right? I want to take you back even a little bit further. Y'all know the Steve Harvey Morning Show, right? Turn your radio on. I don't know if anybody remembers this, but there was a show called The Steve Harvey Project. That was on Centric. What's Good? Now that network is BET Her, but that came on weeknights. And they taped the Steve Harvey Morning Show in that studio, the whole show. They taped the whole 4 hours and then cut up the best moments and then aired it. And then, said, it's the Tom Joyner Morning Show. Oh, yeah. Tom Joyner didn't have a radio show like that on TV, but he did have the Tom Joyner Show, which was about comedy skits and celebrity guests and everything else. But you know who else did radio on TV? Gayle, Gayle King. Yeah, she was on Oprah and Friends. That was the original name of Oprah's station on Sirius XM. After that became Oprah Radio, but Gayle King was on Oprah and Friends and also simulcasted on the Oprah Winfrey Network, and she left that to go over to CBS. But you know who else did radio on TV? Hey now, peace of love, brother, peace of love. Howard Stern did radio on TV on the E Network. This is what I mean by this is what the fuck I do. Now, I'm not saying everybody gotta know how this web is connected, but you can't get to Netflix without understanding how we got to Netflix, okay? So now let's talk about Netflix. So, iHeartMedia, the number one audio company in America, and Netflix on that day, December 16, 2025, announced an exclusive video podcast in partnership with more than 15 industry-leading original iHeart podcasts, The agreement includes all new episodes from podcast lineup, as well as select library episodes from each show. New video podcast episodes will launch on Netflix in early 2026 in the United States, with more markets to follow. So, you know, we talk about the creator economy all the time and how, you know, people are listening to podcasts more than ever. I've always believed that podcasts are just specialized radio. So when you hear a true crime podcast, it is true crime radio. When you hear a technology podcast, it's tech radio. When you hear a film podcast, it is a cinephile radio, right? So podcasts are a lot cheaper to do than a talk show, and there's been many of them. Chelsea Handler tried her hand at a talk show on Netflix. That didn't work. No, for real. I think Hulu tried to do a talk show a while back with Yahoo, but that didn't work. And remember how we talked about it was Kelly Clarkson, Jennifer Hudson, and Sherry Shepherd, right, with the talk shows. And we read a post from a brother that said that the scarcity used to be that, hey, it was only celebrities that had power, but the scarcity dynamic has changed where everyday people have the power, and people are looking for authenticity and integrity in terms of how you communicate with people. And with talk shows, it's a very polished platform. So to find a talk show host that can understand streaming and the space of streaming, that, you know, you can go 2 hours with no commercial breaks, and you can be more fluid and more loose and more flexible, while also understanding legacy media about ad revenue and, you know, brand partnerships and everything else, is very difficult to find. So what I truly believe happened, and don't worry, we're going to get to some videos that are going to get into this a lot more. But what I think happened was you got to get them before they get you. In the words of much of the damn DEA when she sat down with Dr. Phil, I got to get them before they get me. So video podcasts have been trending upward, right, for a while now. And so Netflix thought, okay, well, if we get these video podcasts, right, that is actually less money on us to actually produce a Netflix original. That may not work out. Number two, these video podcasts have already established fan bases, so they will come over and subscribe. And number three, we can get as many of them as we can. So because we are worldwide, we don't have to worry about, licensing and everything in between, right? So I think those three things. But like I said before, when you move platforms, you also have to take into account not just the financial capital it takes to make a move, but you got to think about the social and cultural capital, right? And there was an article that I read that said from a YouTuber. I'm trying to think. It was an article that I read where a YouTuber said, if you move off of YouTube, people will be upset with you because they feel like you are abandoning them. And I think the best thing that the Breakfast Club probably should have done was with the Pat McAfee round of, okay, bet this is what we'll do. We'll license the Breakfast Club to Netflix, right? But also too, let's stream live to our YouTube channel, the Breakfast Club YouTube channel. Let's stream to the Netflix YouTube channel, and let's stream to Strong Black Leads YouTube channel. So that way they would have never left, because what YouTube is able to do is able to create genuine organic growth. And that genuine organic growth feeds into the videos, it feeds into the shorts, it feeds into the guests, it feeds into the bandwidth of how people can engage with it. But when you put it behind a paywall, then you are reducing the reach of how people can invest, consume, and connect with you. So I think that's what happened. I think that Netflix was like, okay, we see this trend, we need to get ahead of it before we get cannibalized by it. And I don't know how the other podcasts are doing, but for everybody saying the Breakfast Club, there's something in the bottom of that. So let's keep going here. We're going to go to Poetic Flat Elf. Here we go.
The Breakfast Club is so cooked. They made a really big mistake that's backfiring, and they won out. But it's way too late for that. They got to deal with the consequences now, and it might end them for good. This announcement on December 16th was the literal nail in the coffin for the Breakfast Club. So the announcement was Netflix and iHeart announced an exclusive video podcast partnership for iHeart Podcasts. Now, the announcement stated that iHeartMedia, the #1 audio company in America, and Netflix today announced an exclusive video podcasting partnership for more than 15 industry-leading original iHeart podcasts. The agreement includes all new episodes from the podcast lineup, as well as select library episodes from each show. New video podcast episodes will launch on Netflix in early 2026 in the U.S., with more markets to follow. The lineup of the podcast joining Netflix includes The Breakfast Club, hosted by Charlamagne the God, and one of the biggest broadcast radio shows in the country, my favorite, with Chelsea Handler. I knew the executives at iHeartMedia had no idea what they were doing, and everybody involved, including the people who had maybe a say in those conversations, didn't want to tell them, hey, don't do this, because they also wanted to get paid. But I knew they didn't know what they were doing when they included Joe and Jada in this deal. Joe and Jada just started a new podcast. Their YouTube numbers were going up. They were starting to gain momentum and steam. These absolute brain-dead executives thought the Joe and Jada podcast that's only been out for 9 months had enough cachet to where they could survive going to Netflix and being out of the YouTube rotation. They thought a brand new podcast with little to no cachet could survive only having one upload in a month on their YouTube channel. Bro, people have forgotten about Joe and Jada. I'm sorry to tell you guys, bro, we have forgotten about this podcast, bro. We have completely moved on to Mano and Jim Jones and Empire. Like, we have completely forgot about this whatsoever. This is an embarrassment. This is a disgrace. It's an absolute disgrace, man.
Now I want you to think about that. Joe and Jada, new podcast, been out 9 months now. Fat Joe and Jada Kiss, they've been around for a very long time. And some of these celebrities, when they are getting into the content creation space, they believe that their cachet can take them from a zero to a hero just like that, to use the muse's word from Hercules. But the problem is, just because you have the cachet doesn't mean that the culture is going to accept you. Just because you have the cachet doesn't mean the culture is going to accept you. Just because you have the cachet doesn't mean the culture is going to accept you, right? So we've been live streaming for like 3 years now, bringing this virtual tour live. Over 1,000 live shows, over 1,000 live tours, and everything in between. We just crossed 1 million total views, right? If Netflix came to me and said, hey, we want to take Braylon's virtual tour or Braylon's virtual tour live, and we want to put it on Netflix, on one hand, how could you not at least think about it? It's Netflix, right? Because before, back in the day in the 90s, it was, we don't need you. We are Hollywood. No, 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 no. Hey y'all, I'm back. Sorry about that. But anyway, like I was saying, no, no, we don't need you, right? So when you think about that, right, that was back in the day where Warner Brothers, Paramount, they had the power. All right, y'all. I'm back. Hey, had to reset the computer. Like I was saying, okay, listen, we're professionals over here. We bizac. But anyway, like I was saying, when it comes to Hollywood, right, there was a point in time where they had the weight, they had the power, and they could make all the moves. But now it's 50-50 because Hollywood has the reach that the content creators are trying to get, but the content creators are doing stuff that Hollywood can't produce. So now we're at a standstill on both ends here. So what do you do when you don't want to take on someone that has never been tested in media? You go to what works, right? You go to what works. And so when you think about Joe and Jada, like I said, their cachet, 9-month podcast, amazing, right? But just because you have the cachet does not mean the culture is going to accept you at all. You could be as famous as Barack Obama, but the culture don't accept you. They just don't accept you, right? So let's get back to Poetic Flacco's video. Give me a moment.
Their YouTube numbers were going up. They were starting to gain momentum and steam. These absolute brain dead executives thought the Joe and Jada podcast that's only been out for 9 months had enough cachet to where they could survive going to Netflix and being out of the YouTube rotation. They thought a brand new podcast with little to no cachet could survive only having one upload in a month on their YouTube channel.
Nah,
bro, people have forgotten about Joe and Jada. I'm sorry to tell you guys, bro, we have forgotten about this podcast, bro. We have completely moved on to Mano and Jim Jones and them podcast. Like, we have completely forgot about this whatsoever. This is an embarrassment. This is a disgrace. It's an absolute disgrace, man. Right? It doesn't make sense. Now, the podcast that we thought had enough cachet where they could withstand this idiotic decision was The Breakfast Club. But no, the Breakfast Club is drowning and struggling too. And even they're losing cultural cachet. Think about it. When was the last Breakfast Club interview moment that you guys thought, oh, no, oh my. You can't name it, bro. And they only been gone for about a month. Think about it for a second, bro. They only been on Netflix for about a month. And they already drowning. Drowning so much, they got Charlamagne the God and other people doing active campaigns to get people to go to Netflix because the numbers ain't translating and ain't reflecting. The cultural impact is gone. Breakfast Club at least having.
Now I want to explain something to y'all, right? and I'm being very loving, kind, and gracious here because it's very multi-layered with this destination. What Netflix thought was, okay, iHeartMedia has established platforms. They have celebrities that people know. So if we utilize their studios, right, if we utilize their camera setup, and they already create the content and we air it because we're Netflix, people are going to go Netflix to see The Breakfast Club. Nah. Like I said, The Breakfast Club, they have been on Revolt TV, they've been on BET, they've been on Tubi, and now Netflix. They've been on 4 platforms, not just Netflix, Tubi, BET, and Revolt TV. So if you're not working for linear television, right, and you're not working for streaming, what does that tell you? Is The Breakfast Club done? No, I don't think so. But I do believe that maybe this version of The Breakfast Club is done. You know, when Angela Yee did that tweet of The Breakfast Club, as you now know it is over, and she went on to wail with Angela Yee, I think that was going to happen regardless, because from the interviews that I have watched with Angela Yee, she has always wanted to do her own thing. It was a period in time, but when you are a intercommunicator, that's entertainer and communicator, you want to do your own thing, right? And so, 6 million monthly listeners is a lot of people, right? So for Charlemagne, DJ Envy, Lauren DeRosa, and Just Hilarious, they can use that as a promotional vehicle. I think they're on for what? 5:30 a.m. to 10 a.m. or 5 to 10 or 6 to 10 a.m. Either way, they're on for 4 hours, 4.5 or 5 hours, 5 days a week. That's a lot of promotional time. But I think what Netflix did is what Disney is going to do with Hulu. They are going to see that when Hulu folds into Disney Plus, of how everybody is not going to be here for it. They're not. Now, my sister said that, Hulu being on Disney Plus makes it easier for everybody to navigate, content, access what they want, this, that, and third. And my sister is right on that. She's absolutely right. I think the biggest problem is, and I asked this question on my thumbnail, are mergers expanding the industry or are they shrinking it? Because think about it. Did the Breakfast Club need to do this? No. Honestly. And to be real with you, I think that with iHeartMedia, they've made, like I said, Revolt TV, BET, Tubi. I think what they probably should have done is went to the CW. Even though the CW, nobody's watching it like that. I mean, it's to the point where Seth Rogen roasted the CW on the CW when the Critics' Choice Awards were airing. Like, y'all ain't got no shows nominated. Come on, CW. Like, Seth Rogen roasted CW. So, I'm sure the CW will not work with Seth Rogen anytime soon. But then again, Seth Rogen, CW's CW. But the reason why I bring up the CW is because the CW would do the iHeartRadio Music Festival, special on the CW. And I believe that the iHeartRadio Music Awards are coming to Fox, because I just saw an article that Jesse Collins Entertainment's producing it, right? What I would have done was like, hey, listen, maybe we can take 1 to 2 shows from iHeart and put them on Fox, a network that people actually watch. And why would you do that instead of Netflix? Because linear broadcast, what people can be curious about, streaming reflects what they actually embrace. Now, of course, you got to think about Fox One, their streaming service, and how Fox said that they work on posting the original content on there. But I beg to differ, because we talked about Fox Creative Studios with Gordon Ramsay leading the cooking vertical and Rosanna Pansino, who's a huge YouTuber that's going to be a part of that, and many other great cooking content creators. And then they're going to have verticals for pop culture. They're going to have verticals for commentary. They're going to have verticals for horror. They're going to have verticals for technology. They're going to have all these different verticals, all these different, entry points for content. So I think Netflix wanted to get ahead of this trend of video podcasting. They want to be the home for it. And honestly, you could say that Spotify actually inspired them, because everybody remembers Joe Rogan's contract, Higher Learning with Van Lathan and Rachel Lindsay and all these other video podcasts. I think Netflix saw opportunity to be the home of, okay, Spotify's got the audio, you got the video. But the thing about Spotify is you can have a free Spotify account. You cannot have a free Netflix account. They don't have a Netflix free advertised streaming television platform. They don't. They didn't even want to do. They didn't want to do an ad-supported tier, but that ad-supported tier has brought in a lot of money. So Netflix thought that they could have low overhead, make this move, and then everybody will go over Netflix because they're Netflix. But they forgot the cultural cachet of accessibility determines how people connect. Let's keep going.
Enough content to where they could still upload a couple times a day still. They aren't completely drowning in terms of content not being posted, but the numbers ain't reflecting, bro. Look at 3,000 views in a day on a Breakfast Club interview. Right now, they're only posting some interview clips. Like, they're very limited. Like, the interview clips, if you look at it, they're probably no more than like 2 to 4 minutes long. I feel like they have like a strict restriction on how long the clips could be.
Yeah,
very restricted.
2 to 4 minutes.
But when you click on the interview clip, what you begin to see now is Charlamagne the God is doing a commercial at the end, telling people to go over to Netflix. They weren't, well, no, Justice doing this now, right? Yeah. So you got multiple people. There's multiple folks from the cast who's now doing commercials at the end of these clips, now telling people to go over to Netflix because the numbers ain't translating fast enough. They are panicking. They're losing their relevance. This is sad, bro. Look at this.
What's up? Want to catch the full episode and full interviews? Go to Netflix. Hit that remind me button so you can be notified for all the new drops.
That's hilarious.
And let me tell you something. For the Breakfast Club to be posting 2 to 4 to 5 minute clips, that's what content creators do. Y'all are a whole platform. You could have went back in the day, you could have went on their YouTube channel and saw a full 30-minute interview. 40 minutes if you pad it with, other content, right? And it would get, maybe, 300,000 views or so. But who in the hell is going to watch a 5-minute clip and then go to Netflix to see the whole thing? Come on now. Really? I mean, hell, y'all at least get 2 hours of content right here for free. Like, why would I pay for more content when I could go find other content that relates to me for free? That just makes no sense. Let's keep going.
Apparently didn't get the memo for how dire this situation was. So they had Charlamagne the God do it. Charlamagne the God put it into perspective. Hey, bro, like, we need y'all to come to Netflix, bro. Like, it's getting dire over here. And the fans let it be known, bro. Yo, we hate these clips. Screw Netflix, bro. These are 2-minute clips, bro. We don't got no use for these clips. Somebody says, what's worse than a lie is pushing people to go to Netflix to listen and watch a radio show. Why does he look? Well, okay. It's called the Breakfast Club for a reason. I want to see or hear y'all in the morning. Right now, I'm feeling like y'all should be called the Lunch Club or the Next Day Breakfast Club. You guys were my morning routine driving into work on YouTube, and now you're not. I'm okay with y'all being on Netflix, but damn, it seems like I have to wait forever for the episodes to drop. I'm sure I'm not the only one who feels this way. Okay, I'm done ranting now. I still love. Now listen, I personally, me, Porty Flacco, I've never gone to Netflix to watch a podcast. I'm never going to. I'm not going to Netflix to watch no Breakfast Club. So I can't even tell you if what she's saying is true. But if you add on top of it being on a new platform, now there's delays. Now they're not getting the episodes as fast as they used to.
Yep.
Oh, y'all just asking to ruin y'all brands, bro. This is just disgusting.
Yeah. No, it truly is. I mean, most streaming platforms, for example, Paradise, right? Which is on Hulu, by the way. If you haven't seen Paradise, catch it. It's a great show. Most streaming platforms, they will drop their episodes at midnight. So for all the Power Universe fans, for those who have the Stars app, you can watch the episode, and for the content creators that would stay up for the episode at midnight, they would get online, make it do what it do, and there will be spoilers, in the morning, right? But of course, that makes sense because it's more of a story. But when you have a platform like the Breakfast Club, you want to be timely, right? If I do Braylon's Virtual Tour live on Netflix, weeknights from 6 to 8 p.m., streaming around the world, and you gotta wait until midnight to get the edited version for Netflix, I'm sorry, y'all disrespected my audience. Braylon's Virtual Tour Live and Braylon's Virtual Tour, the brand, is about going on tour to the highest destinations that people are traveling to virtually to leave their comments, their thoughts, and their perspectives. Why are we waiting for my show to drop when we do the show in real time? And like I said, if I were to do something with Netflix, I would want, okay, cool, we'll broadcast it live on Netflix, but we're also going to broadcast it on Netflix's YouTube channel and my YouTube channel. That's what we call licensing. That's what Pat McAfee did. Pat McAfee can basically do whatever he wants to do because it's his platform. And the Breakfast Club should have recognized that. Because now, like that one commenter said, y'all used to be my morning routine in the morning. But now, if I got to wait until 3 o'clock, the content y'all did that morning is basically shit. It's non-existent. It has no use for me. Let's keep going.
Ha! YouTube, I know y'all pissed off right now. Okay, another clip, but we're on Netflix, man. Stop acting like y'all don't have motherfucking Netflix. I'm sick of y'all acting like y'all don't have Netflix. It actually disgusts me. If there was any other paywall, I would completely understand. Netflix been around just as long as the Breakfast Club. It's on everybody's remote controls. It's in hotel rooms. You got Netflix. Talking about, we ain't paying for Breakfast Club. You paid for Diddy Doc. You paid for Stranger Things. You paid to watch Jake Paul and Anthony Joshua. You know why you paid? Because you've been paying for Netflix for the last 15 years. It's not like, Breakfast Club is on there now, so now we charging you more money to watch. Just go to the podcast section, click on the podcast section, type in Breakfast Club, and everything will be right there. Donkey of the day, the full interview, whatever you're looking for, the full episode. Go do it, man. Okay? Just change. That's all. Change is good. Have a great day.
Here's what they're not.
Now, wait a minute, Charlamagne. You say change is good. Bro, of course change is good for you because you getting a cut of that Netflix money, motherfucker. Of course it's good. Now, two things can be true, right? Two things can be true. He is right on the fact that, we pay Netflix for the Diddy Doc and Stranger Things on the shows. But, bruh, the Diddy Doc was produced for consumption, for a platform like Netflix. Stranger Things has been a Netflix original. Y'all were for free. Do y'all not get that? There's a difference here. The distinction and the valley of differences here between the Breakfast Club and those shows. That's like Charlamagne the guy saying, hey, you know what? We are just as good as Orange is the New Black. No, you're not. Because Orange is the New Black has a history with the prison system and talking about women's stories and how they overcome their obstacles. It's a deeper lore there. Y'all are just black people getting on mic and talking about the culture. Damn. Like, not to reduce what y'all do, because, to do live morning radio is not easy. I've done some morning radio here and there. But, come on, man. You get more flies with honey than with vinegar. And there is nobody that is going to go over to Netflix after a 5-minute clip. You know good to damn well, Charlamagne, that if you had your talk show on Netflix, right, you would want more autonomy with your platform than the non-existent autonomy that the Breakfast Club don't have. Stop it.
Understanding the utilities of the apps aren't even lateral. It's an inconvenience. First off, Netflix ain't free. The podcasting session ain't free. You still need to pay for Netflix to watch the podcast. That's a whole lot different than the exclusive Spotify deals. You know why the Spotify deals translated so well? It's because Spotify made sure not to change the experience. You could come on Spotify and watch your favorite podcast for free, absolutely free. Even if you didn't have a Spotify membership, you could listen to your favorite podcast for free and have the video for free as well. So Spotify gave you the video option and the audio option for absolutely free whatsoever. All you had to do is just download the Spotify app and you could watch it. So that's the difference between Spotify and Netflix, right? Netflix, you got to pay to actually watch it. So that's one. Secondly, the utility ain't lateral. Think about it for a second. How do people utilize Spotify and YouTube? 90% of people who watch YouTube or listen to Spotify do it from their phones. Mm-hmm. They open up their phones, go to the app, and they listen and they watch from their phones.
Correct.
They are used to and accustomed to using their phones to use these apps. This is just how they do it. 90% of people who watch Netflix watch it on their TVs or maybe their laptops. Right? Very few people watch Netflix from their phones.
That's true.
Right? Most of us have TVs. Usually Netflix is an end of the day activity. Netflix is, I come home at the end of the day, I turn on the TV and I watch my Netflix before falling asleep. Or there's this big grand experience, this big grand boxing match, this big grand TV show that I got to catch us on, this huge premiere. I go to my TV and I watch it at the end of my day.
Now, Poetic Flacco is talking about appointment television. For those of you who remember Star Search that just came on Netflix, we talked about the revival here on the channel. And a comment that I read really got to me. It's like, so the platform that took away appointment viewing wants you to make an appointment to view them. Where they do that at? So streaming, it seems like it is going through that, what do they call it with, oh, that's right, when you're in a dead zone and you're trying to speak but nobody can hear you because your signal's bad. It seems like streaming is going into a dead zone of creativity. Of, if I can get it here for free, then why am I paying? Because streaming now is costing just as much, if not more than cable. And with cable networks, they're starting, right, to post, some old episodes to YouTube for free. Now, if you're a content creator, you cannot pull up that episode and watch it on your channel. Although you should be able to if it's on YouTube. You know what I mean? Like YouTube Movies and TV is one of their biggest platforms where you can rent, buy, movies and TV shows, seasons of TV shows, and watch it on YouTube. That is a platform, right? And so, to me, I feel like with the Breakfast Club, this was not the move. This was not the move. You do not hurt. How can I put it? Even though you leave your hometown to make it big, you don't forget your hometown. And the Breakfast Club forgot their hometown was everyday people that liked them enough that they met them where they were. But y'all made it so big now, y'all expecting everybody to be where y'all at, when in reality, your audience is very far from where you're at. Keep going.
The Breakfast Club and these YouTube programs were a part of our day. It was something that we woke up, we turned on, and we go about our day. People aren't used to consuming Netflix in that manner. They just not used to it. People don't put on their like favorite TV show, close the app and listen to it on their daily train ride. That's not how that works at all, right? And the reason why people were tuning into the Breakfast Club or other news programs is because of convenience. I can just go to YouTube, turn it on, and go about my day. That's what it brought. So the experiences on Netflix and YouTube aren't lateral. And again, it might appear as, bro, just download Netflix. No, people get used to, their routines.
Yep.
And understand this, people will find something else to fill the void and the gap faster than you could find other people to replace them.
Yep.
They will find somebody else to disseminate information and news to them faster than you can find a new user on Netflix to fill their void. I'm just being real with y'all. This is very, 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 very bad. And I don't know why anybody would ever agree to this. Why? Now to check again, the OG got $200 million. Shout out to Charlamagne the God, man. That ain't his fault. He's not one of the executives that made that decision. Right? But big homie got $200 million. Shout out to Charlamagne the God. So, bro, if I'm Charlamagne, I don't give a damn, bro. If y'all listen or not, I got 200 M's. I'm straight. But I'm sure the 200 M's probably has some performance stipulations, probably performance bonuses in that 200.
And by the way, I have to give Toss Away K her credit, because she said that 200 million is based on if they get a return on their investment. If the subscriber count and the retention rate is where it needs to be, then they can go. Right? And so the way that I see this, honestly, for iHeart is what they should have done is they should have created iHeart Studios, the movie and TV division of iHeart, and said, hey, Charlamagne the Guy, you want to, do something with iHeart Studios? It's in-house. Okay, where do you want to do it at? Okay, cool. We'll do a show with Charlamagne on Netflix because that show is curated, right? But keep the Breakfast Club free that can funnel that audience to Charlamagne's show on Netflix. That's the way they should have done this. But hey, then again, what do I know? I'm just a black man talking on YouTube. Not like I cover media, culture, human interest, source of black perspective every damn day. Oh, wait, I do. This move here, it's giving of, okay, let's be global, and within being global, let's also make sure that we forget where we came from. Like I said, they made it so big that they forgot their home base, they forgot their hometown, they forgot their foundational anchor. And I don't know the Breakfast Club can save themselves now. The radio show's not going anywhere. As long as Power 105.1 wants that morning show on the air, it will stay on the air. You have to recognize that this video podcast partnership, it is one thing out of many, right? The best way that I can describe this is Marvel. And I'm going to come on the big screen for this one. So if you're wondering why there is Marvel at Universal Orlando Resort, but you're not seeing it at Disneyland at Walt Disney World, is because Marvel sold the theme park rights to Universal in perpetuity, which means as long as Universal stays within the confines of the agreement of how they use the characters, they can have them forever. That's why you see Avengers Campus. You don't see no Marvel there at all. Disney owns the movies and TV rights to Marvel. So you see how broken this web can get. So, okay, cool. The radio show is with iHeart. The video podcast, that's with Netflix. The live shows, the rights to those live shows, the live tours is with Live Nation. So when you understand that there are different rights that you can sell, that's how you see some platforms being everywhere. Let's keep going.
$100 million. So who knows, man? Now, people are taking to social media in droves to really express how sick and tired they are of this Netflix move, and they're not feeling this at all. One Twitter user says, seeing creators/companies abandon their primary viewers/consumer base for the bag is always a sad thing to watch. Because while the F is the Breakfast Club on Netflix, can't even watch their interviews or news segments on YouTube anymore. I'll be real. I'm somebody who I used to watch the Breakfast Club almost on a daily basis. Once they transitioned to Netflix, I haven't even thought about it, bro. I'll be real with y'all, bro. All right. Like, they just got out of my daily routine. Somebody says, why the F is the Breakfast Club on Netflix? I just spent the last 5 minutes yelling at the TV. Breakfast Club going onto Netflix is like closing down an important community center. The comments, the jokes, the community, all gone. That was history. Yeah, the comment section was a part of it as well. I don't feel like Netflix got a comment section for podcasting, right? No. They kind of underestimate routine or exactly why people are coming to watch. I feel like that's what they truly underestimated. A lot of us, when we watch YouTube videos, the first thing we do is go to the comment section. That person is right. They took away that from the experience as well. 2 questions. Why is the Breakfast Club on Netflix? Who is keeping them in business? The Breakfast Club Netflix deal really isn't working for the average listener. That's a fact. I hate that the Breakfast Club moved most of their content to Netflix. People don't like this, bro, at all. I don't like how the Breakfast Club is on Netflix. That's another one. The Breakfast Club on Netflix is not fully on YouTube. It's such a mistake. I get it. They got to check for it, but at what cost? Yep. Listen, man, the cost is going to be their cultural relevancy. The cost is going to be their viewership. People ain't going for this, right? And you shouldn't go for it, bro. It's pure greed. It's corporate greed. Now, don't bring hate to the host. Like, I don't think it's Charlamagne the God or DJ Envy or Just Hilarious' fault. No, they are employees, right? They're getting...
This is... this is like higher paid level energy. And I want y'all to know something about the media industry. Anytime that you hear something from Variety, The Wrap, Deadline, those are the Hollywood trade publications, right? When that article finally comes out on that, just know it's been talked about in many boardrooms. It's been exchanged in many emails. They've been talking in the back before it got to our living rooms. Just know that. Mm-hmm. So when y'all saw, Conan O'Brien's hosting the Oscars, they were in the back room talking with people about who should host it before they came to us with it. Anything that is big in media usually gets ran through the cycle, the washing cycle. Make sure, there's no, what they call it, impurities and all that stuff. Then they got to go through the drying cycle before they get it out to us, right? They got to make sure that it makes sense for the shareholders and the board directors. It's also got to make sense for the consumers and the fans. There's a war between art and commerce, and it's a war that's really never won. And really, if I had to say who wins that war most of the time, it's usually commerce. That's why it's called show business for a reason. You cannot put on a show without money. You can't. You can't put on a show without money. But if you don't put on something that's worth something, how can I put it? Without the business, you can't create anything. But if you don't create anything that's worth something, people are not going to invest in you financially. That's what it is. Welcome in, everybody. We are talking about iHeartMedia and Netflix. It's been going around that everybody's been talking about this. And of course, I was going to have a lot to say on at the top of the show. We talked about the fact that the Breakfast Club has been on Revolt TV, which was PD's network before everything happened. Then we also talked about the fact that the Breakfast Club was on BET and VH1, and then they were on Tubi. You probably didn't know that. And that's all public information. That all those links are in my description box. So let's keep going, finishing out this video because we do have more.
Getting paid to do something. But all in all, man, one, it should be criminal what they did to Joe and Jada podcast. Joe and Jada podcast is completely done. Like that. I haven't heard a person talk about Joe and Jada in a while. It's completely done. Forget about it. But the Breakfast Club, they probably thought they had more hope. Nah, bro. I'm sorry. Y'all let me know what y'all think, man. Do y'all like the move? Have y'all listened to the Breakfast Club on Netflix? I haven't at all. Now, apparently this is like a multi-year deal. Hey, man, good luck still being relevant, man. All right, y'all let me know in the comment section, what do you guys think about this? And if you're still watching this video and you want to watch another good video, then click on this video here somewhere on my screen, right, to find out how Akon panicked after being confronted for scamming mid-interview, right? He again, this interview just happened. It's fresh off the press. I'm going to see you guys in this Akon video. And if you enjoy my content, click on the hype button below this video. Hypes is how you push videos in the algorithm for your small creators, so we really appreciate it.
By the way, hype only works on mobile, not on the desktop. But let's go to Toss Away K because Just Hilarious has something to say. Here we go.
Man, our engagement Our people. I ain't gonna lie, yo, since Breakfast Club been on Netflix, man, our engagement, our people be, all the fans that we built up over time, or that they built up, I just got here, that they built up over time on YouTube, oh my God, they feel neglected because Netflix was like, nope, we want all of it. Y'all can't have no other social media presence, none. So now we gotta find other content to do that can go on our other platforms. But it's okay because Just Alert's got that in a bag, shorty. So make sure y'all tune into Justice Thoughts. I started doing a segment where
bankruptcy is actually a very quick process, especially because when the
So y'all heard what she said, right? Netflix doesn't want you to have any other social media presence. Now, let's think about this for Netflix, right? Netflix is on Facebook, it's on Instagram, it's on Twitter. Nobody calls it X, it's Twitter still. That Bluebird has more cultural capital than that letter of the alphabet, right? Netflix is on TikTok. Netflix is on YouTube. What people don't understand is how people are able to view you determines how people are able to invest in you. Let me say that on the big screen. How people are able to view you determines how people can invest in you. How people can view you determines on how they can invest in you. So if you can see me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Clubhouse, wherever else, guess what? You're going to watch the show, because if you don't catch the show, you'll catch me on other platforms. But when you put everything behind a paywall, you reduce the impact of reaching your audience. Because quite frankly, what I would have did was, okay, listen, you guys want the Breakfast Club on Netflix? Okay, cool. But we're not taking down the comment section. We're not taking down that other content. And guess what? We want to do the Breakfast Club after show live on our YouTube channel to keep that community going. And then guess what? What that does is that creates a home base. So now you got the Breakfast Club on Netflix for everybody who can afford it, and then you got the Breakfast Club after show that keeps that YouTube community going. That's the way Netflix should have done this. Just because you're the big dog on the yard doesn't mean everybody wants to play. Now, I'm being very loving, kind, and gracious to Netflix. Because at the beginning and middle of the day, this is just business. Right? But this is why I wanted to go live about it, because I knew everybody was going to talk about, Netflix and, like Poet Flacco said, the consistency of how people view Netflix is more of an end of the day thing. I knew people were going to go from that perspective. But I bet you that a lot of people did not know that the Breakfast Club has been on Revolt TV. It's been on BET and VH1. It's been on Tubi. Some people might have forgot about the Steve Harvey Project on BET Centric. Some people might have forgotten about the Steve Harvey. No, I already said that. Some people might have forgotten about the Tom Joyner Show. Some people might have forgot about, the Gayle King Show, which was on the Oprah Winfrey Network, by the way. And some people might have forgot about Howard Stern on the E Network. Oh, let me bring up Dish Nation. How behind the eight ball I am in missing out on Dish Nation, and how radio came to TV with Dish Nation. It was basically radio personalities doing what we did in the studio, right? So, like I said, this is not the move. And for one of the co-hosts to say that the engagement is not there, that says a lot. But like Poet Flacco said, it's a multi-year deal. Now, personally, what I would do is, I don't know how you can do it. Because y'all know that the Warner Bros. Discovery, Paramount, Netflix, war that's been raging. not Paramount, but Netflix got like a what? I think I got like a $8.2 billion breakup fee. They got a bad. We're not following through with their commitment. Now, the question is, how big is the breakup fee for this multi-year deal? That's the question. Because what I would do if I'm iHeartMedia is like, okay, our fans are not here for this move. Could we do a partnership where let's say that 3 times, our iHeart radio personalities can produce shows that's exclusive for Netflix, and we can keep everything else on YouTube. Now, does Netflix want to do that? No. Even though the personalities at iHeart are established, that don't mean that the programming that iHeart Studios are going to produce and these iHeart radio personalities are going to produce are going to be successful series on Netflix. That's just the T. Now, Anonymous T also had something to say about this. Let's go to her.
About to get the Pop the Balloon live treatment on Netflix, aka get canceled. Hey there, it's Anonymous T, where we spill the tea anonymously. Hello, everyone. Hello, YouTubers. Hope you guys are all having an amazing day today. Sending good vibes, sending positivity, sending blessings, and good energy to each and every single one of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. So, anything I say is alleged and in my very, very personal opinion. That's for entertainment purposes only. None of this is personal. The Copyright Act of 1976 is in the description box. Some meat and potatoes, some housekeeping items. So, today we are talking The Breakfast Club. And is The Breakfast Club going to get the Netflix Pop the Balloon live treatment pretty soon, where it has a high potential of getting canceled or getting repurposed or whatever else? I don't know if y'all are aware, right? There hasn't been too much social media presence anymore of The Breakfast Club like there used to be, like all over YouTube, all over the Shade Room, all over the Neighborhood Talk, all of this promotion, all of this engagement, right? That is because beginning in early this year, Netflix was the exclusive home of any video version of iHeart podcasts, such as The Breakfast Club and such as Joe and Jada. Now, what does that mean, Anonymous T, that you're asking? So what that means is any type of video version of the show, you're really not going to see on the YouTube, on the other social media. You have to log into Netflix to see it, right? The problem with that is most of y'all that have Netflix are not going to Netflix to watch a podcast, you guys. Mm-hmm. I saw when they first made an announcement of podcasts coming to Netflix, and I was watching a sports show because it premiered after an NFL game. It came on at like 10, 11 o'clock or something after a big time NFL game. I can't remember if it might have been one of the championship games before we got to the Super Bowl. And they were like, so-and-so show is going to premiere on Netflix right after the championship game, you know, this and that, and go to Netflix live. It's going to premiere. And I'm here to tell you, I have no clue what the point of it being on Netflix was. You can't engage with anybody. There's no comment feature. There's no live stream. Like, there's nothing. Yep. There is absolutely nothing. You are just watching people talk, and if they have a guest talk, but nothing interactive, you guys. So none of the less, what is happening now is The Breakfast Club, as you know it on YouTube, is only showing the audio shows, but it is delayed when the audio shows come out. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Before, you could watch it basically live when the show was happening on the YouTube, or they were pretty quick in terms of uploading everything. Yeah. You also can't see the interviews anymore. They might drop a clip, but what they're doing now in these clips is promoting the HELL out of Netflix and throwing shade at YouTube. Oh, I know y'all mad at YouTube, but come to Netflix. Everybody watches Netflix. You know what I'm saying? If there's a fight,
Now, Anonymous T is telling no lies. Now, for those of you who may not know, Netflix has been trying to get into the world of interactive television. Like I said with Star Search, how you could vote with your phone for the acts, right? People really believe that quantity matters more than quality. And I'm here to tell you that that's bullshit. Bullshit. Now, what would be cool, right, is if you could have a watch party, right? And let's just say that the show streamed live on Netflix, right? Okay. And they had they streamed it live on YouTube, so it would be a dual stream, right? So for Netflix, when they go commercial break, there's a Breakfast Club Netflix correspondent that's in the commercial breaks, right? But you can be in the chat on the YouTube version, and then that Breakfast Club correspondent can read your YouTube comment in between the scenes. Shout out to Trevor Noah from The Daily Show. So, like I said, there was a way to do this. I don't know why Netflix would not want one of the biggest radio shows not to have a presence anywhere else, where they know that their Netflix originals have a social media presence everywhere else that funnels all that audience back over to Netflix. Let's keep going.
Or if y'all want to watch Stranger Things, or if y'all want to watch Bridgerton, but you just said what it is, Charlemagne. You just called out what it is. If I want to see a live boxing event, I can go to Netflix. If I want to see Stranger Things, I can go to Netflix. If I want to watch Bridgerton, I can go to Netflix. I'm not going to Netflix to watch a podcast. And y'all forgot about the number of people that boycotted Netflix, especially since they keep jacking up the prices. And also when they had stopped allowing people to share each other's logins. Now, you can do that on HBO Max. You can do that on Paramount Plus. You could do that on Hulu. You could do it on Peacock. You could do it on Apple TV.
Now, for those of you who don't know, I did see an article that said that I believe that HBO Max is going to start cracking down that soon with password sharing. And I do believe that Disney Plus is trying to get into that as well. And for them to charge people to share passwords for something that they bought is ridiculous. Because that's how many people found all these new shows. I found Lovecraft Country by utilizing a friend's account for HBO Max. And I fell in love with Lovecraft Country. I'm still pissed off with HBO Max for not renewing it for season 2. If you haven't watched Lovecraft Country, please watch it. It's an amazing show. But I think this is, how do I put it? This is streaming's brick wall moment, right? No. Let me flip reverse and wind back. This is their Walt Disney Oswald moment. For those of you who may not remember, let me come on the big screen for this. For those of you who may not remember, Oswald was Walt Disney's first character. It was not Mickey Mouse. You probably wonder, what does Oswald have to do with Netflix? Give me a moment. So, when Oswald was stolen from Walt Disney, right? Mark Winkler, Charles Mintz hired Walt Disney's animators and everything else. They had the exclusive rights for the longest time, right? And so Walt Disney had to create a new character. The blessing of that was Bob Iger got Oswald back. With the Breakfast Club, they may not be able to get their audience back. I'm just being honest, because when you say that you can't have a social media presence anywhere else, but that social media presence helps your platform rise, then you cut your nose off to spite your face. Because Mickey Mouse is everywhere. I mean, hell, that's why Disney Plus exists, because Disney want to, have the stronghold of the Disney fans. Instead of us licensing our shows to everybody else, why don't we save money, which Netflix finally broke, not Netflix, but Disney finally broke even for the first time with Disney Plus in a long while. But the point is, why let someone else run your platform? You can run your platform. And I think that Charlemagne, and I say Charlemagne out of all of them, because Charlemagne, he's got a $200 million contract, so he should have some cachet. I think the best thing to do is to go to the executives and be like, hey, listen, our fans are not liking this. And because they're not liking this, it's affecting our radio numbers. It's affecting our other ventures, because everything is tied up in Netflix. Can we have the exclusivity to get out? This is a time where Charlemagne needs to showcase his weight, his power, and his foresight to be about the business. Because the Breakfast Club is Charlemagne's promotional vehicle. It's all their promotional vehicle. But Charlemagne needs to understand that when those numbers finally go away, bruh, it's very hard to get an audience back after you cut off the space for them to connect. Let's keep going.
Could do it on Disney Plus. Y'all can share passwords for now. And there's not an additional charge. But Netflix had cracked down and said, you need to, you know what I'm saying? You need to be in the same Wi-Fi as the household. Just recently, they have added it so that you can add more people, but you're going to have to pay more money. You're going to have to pay another $7 a month on top of whatever your current monthly bill is.
Correct.
It's going to cost some money, but people are not trying to go to Netflix to sit there for a podcast. You might as well just have it playing in the background. One of the unique things about the Breakfast Club was the interaction and the interactiveness. Seeing the actual celebrities that they were interviewing and the reality stars and the public figures that they were, interviewing. And then the Breakfast Club, they can get that fan interaction. They can get that feedback. If they wanted the extended content about a topic that they did on the previous day, or extend the content on an interview they did the previous day, if it goes viral, that is a continuous content for you to come back. But they don't have that anymore. Everything, if you're not watching it on Netflix, you're just going to have to catch it whenever, which is going to open the door for other media outlets to hop on and be profitable. And the Breakfast Club is going to fade away. It's ultimately a radio show, you guys.
Yep.
Now, the radio stations, your local radio stations in your states, I don't know if y'all notice, especially the sports stations, they all peep game that they needed to get their behinds on the YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
That traditionally not everybody is listening to just radio anymore.
Yep.
Because you have Sirius XM, you have a lot of things. Since we're in this 24-hour cycle now, a lot of people can quickly upload a story to the TikTok, to the Instagrammy, to the Twitter/X, and by the time you wait for your favorite radio show to come on, it's already old news.
Yep.
So they figured, hey, let's go live. Let's live stream our shows, our morning show, our afternoon show, our evening shows 24/7. Let's clip out the content so nobody can miss anything and nobody has to sit through the commercials. And so the thing of this is, before I get into what Jess Hilarious had to say about this, did y'all know in 2025, YouTube surpassed Netflix, you guys, in the total annual revenue for the first time with over $60 billion in revenue?
We talked about that because it was a Variety article that said YouTube was the king of all media. And if you don't know, the Oscars are coming to YouTube in 2029. And know what the test was for that? It was the Netflix São Paulo game from São Paulo, Brazil. Everybody remembers that Netflix game that was broadcasted for free? We had a watch party here, and YouTube, to their credit, they allowed me to stream it. But as soon as I was done, copyright. And now they have a intellectual property that is going to be on YouTube. Now, the SAG Awards, now know it's the Actor Awards, which I think it's basically a blasé tile, but that's neither here nor there. But the SAG Awards were no more outside than on Netflix. Because you don't tune in to Netflix for an award show. You tune in for volumes of content to be able to consume at any time you want. An award show, a live event, what have you, is a one-time thing. Once that's done, that's done. And what you're looking for as a platform, you're looking for multiple streams of not just income financially, but you're looking for multiple streams of social income in terms of clicks per minute, in terms of engagement, in terms of retention. And so when you cut off the platform that has allowed all this when you cut off the platforms that have allowed the retention rate to stay so strong, and you wonder why it's weak, well, when you have all the strings, the puppet can't move. But if I'm everywhere, I'm moving everywhere, right? So.
With combined ads and subscriptions, Netflix reported 45.18 billion that had a 16% growth, but still fell behind the YouTube. YouTube overall is free. However, you can pay for ad-free if you don't want to see any commercials, and you can also pay for their premium service that allows some other benefits and things like that, some TV programming, some music, and everything else. They have different packages available, but ultimately the YouTube is free and is accessible for everybody to see. Yes, Netflix is global. Yes, Netflix is accessible, but you got to pay.
Yep.
And most people that watch Netflix are not paying to watch a podcast. Mm-hmm. They are paying to watch a TV show. They are paying to watch a movie, or they are paying to watch a live sporting event to escape.
Correct.
With the Breakfast Club, what the benefit of that was is that you could have that on the YouTube or the iHeartRadio app or whatever else. You could have it on and still work. Yep. Still run your errands. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to be looking in on Netflix while you're driving somewhere. But you'll listen to the Breakfast Club while driving somewhere. So I just feel like this is about to be a Pop the Balloon live situation where you miss the essence of the show and what it does for the culture, and you are trying to gatekeep it behind a paywall and force people to make them uncomfortable doing something they don't feel like doing. They're not going to go, and Netflix is promoting these podcasts, because I was pissed off yesterday because I had to scroll down. There was a new TV show that was coming out, and I had to scroll down to find it. I was trying to find the new on Netflix. The new on Netflix should be the first thing I should see, you know, aside from my list or whatever else. And I had to search to find that. No. So here's what Jess Hilarious had to say. As you know, she is, taking a time out to let the people know that this isn't what she expected.
I ain't gonna lie, yo, since Breakfast Club been on Netflix, man, our engagement, our people all the fans that we built up over time, that they built up, I just got here, that they built up over time on YouTube, oh my God, they feel neglected because Netflix was like, nope, we want all of it. Y'all can't have no other social media presence. None. So now we got to find other content to do that can go on our other platforms. But it's okay because Just Hilarious got that in a bag, shorty. So make sure y'all tune into Just's Thoughts. I started doing a segment where...
So y'all see that. They're noticing, the Breakfast Club is noticing a loss of engagement, a loss of their core fan base that they have built up all of these years. And it exploded with them being on YouTube and getting those viral clips to be on the Shade Room and to be on, the Neighborhood Talk to also drive engagement. If they clip out a viral clip or a viral interview that's something that was said on the Breakfast Club and it hits the Shade Room, it hits, the Neighborhood Talk, then you're more than likely to go to the YouTube and see what happened and go back and watch the full interview, go back and watch the full episode, or go back and rewatch whatever happened in that segment.
And to Anonymous T's point, y'all remember when 106 in Sports came out? And me and Gigi Nine, the beautiful, the gifted, the always wonderful Gigi Nine, and myself, we talked about it up here on our channel. And we both said how much of a dumpster fire that show is going to be. And I'm going to tell you why. For one, BET has never showcased that they were interested in sports. Because what they should have done was BET Sports Weekly and collaborate with Ashley Nicole Moss, collaborate with James Brown and the NFL Today team, collaborate with Nate Burleson, who is also on CBS Mornings. Build up the audience. Do a BET Sports Super Bowl watch party. You can't air the Super Bowl, but you certainly can have black celebrities, black content creators watching the Super Bowl on big screen and, hey, let's go to our panel here and talk about the game and what's going on. Build up that fan base. BT Sports US Open Watch Party. Build up those watch parties. Build a presence on the ground. Then you air 106 in Sports. The BET is a smart network, right? Right? Was about it being live. Weeknights at 6-5 Central. Nobody's got you like we got you. They forgot the audience reacting in real time was the connective tissue. It was about music. It was about the conversations that you rushed home from school to see, because that was social media before social media came. BT forgot the foundation that made the house. So if BT couldn't get it right, even though Scott Mills at the time said that BT could not work on linear TV, but yet you had, Ashley Nicole Moss and Cam Newton made the announcement at the 25th anniversary for the BET Awards that we're bringing it back to linear TV after you said on the Breakfast Club that it cannot work. Bruh, what are we doing? Let's get back to the video.
Which is going to increase the viewership and increase the engagement. And then you're going to see what the people are saying in the comments and either agree or disagree with the people in the comments. You don't have that on Netflix. On Netflix, it's just the show, but they have no idea what the temperature of the room is. You have no idea what the audience is feeling because there's no engagement. There's no comments. There's no feedback. There's no nothing. And then now there's a delay when everything gets to YouTube now because everything is exclusive first with Netflix. And then, like I said, the full show is available on the YouTube, but you can't see no visuals now. It's you just have to listen to the audio. No. So I don't know what Netflix is going to do. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how long this is going to last. I don't think Charlemagne personally cares because he got his 200 milli. You know what I'm saying? But in the case of Jess Hilarious, in the case of Lauren LaRosa, who is trying to build herself up and build up her platform, and in the case of DJ Envy and everything else, they might be feeling a certain type of way in terms of their visibility decreasing, you know, if people aren't watching them on the Netflix. So we will see what happens, but I stand on the fact that this might go the route of the Pop the Balloon live situation, where it might get canceled, or you might start to see a decrease in episodes, or I don't know. I don't know, other than they're going to have to find a way to modify this deal to where everything could be back on YouTube. Because I just don't see this ending well. I just don't see people going out of their way to, one, sign up for Netflix to specifically watch The Breakfast Club, or two, have a busy day at work, have a busy day, you know what I'm saying, with their family, having a busy day doing X, Y, and Z, and the first thing they think of when they want to go to Netflix is, oh, let me go see what happened today on The Breakfast Club. No. 9 times out of 10, they're going to be watching their local news. They're going to be watching their local sports, see what's going on there. NCAA, March Madness is coming. You know what I'm saying? NBA, and also, you know, Major League.
By the way, just as a side note to Anonymous T, why don't you have anonymous sports? Because I can tell you're a sports girly. I can tell that you want to talk about other stuff. Take that swing. You're not like some of these other one-trick ponies that all they can do is just one thing. You're not like some of these content creators of we don't want to answer no questions. So you don't mind talking about heat at other people's doorstep, but God forbid it gets to your doorstep, all the fire's too damn hot. I did say this was going to prove who's a real content creator, who was not a real content creator. Nobody would listen to me. Oh, no. I told y'all what was going to happen with my 5 statements. Child, listen. What did Nene Leak say? You never can win when you play dirty. That's just like somebody saying, I don't go to anywhere where I'm not invited. Well, if you don't showcase yourself in an inviting manner, then why would anybody invite you into their home? Because nobody wants to be called names if they have a difference of opinion or some opposition. Oh, my Lord Jesus, man. The one thing that can never ever change is authenticity. Either you have it or you don't. Some of y'all are doing anything for attention, while others of you are doing something for a purpose. And it's showing really bad. Because how can it be cool for everybody else to how can it be cool for you to say what's on your mind about somebody else, but yet let somebody have a difference of opinion? Oh, no, we don't welcome that around here. We'll block people out of chats. We'll cuss them in chats. No, if you got big enough draws on, panties or draws, to put them on and go live and say what's on your mind, you should be able to take whatever comes your way. That's just like Milagro Grams. We're going to talk about her tomorrow. Because she big mad that she gets talked about when it's a slow news day. Sweetheart, you are one of many. You're big mad because you said, I ain't taking nothing back and sue my ass. So you want to be new media for recognition. But yet you hate being recognized? Interesting how that works. And here's the thing too. Just because somebody's not a bully to you doesn't mean that they don't bully. And it's flabbergasting to me how somebody can say, you know, who's a bully, who ain't a bully, when they, you know, say what they want to when somebody just has one difference of opinion. See, there's this thing called freedom of speech. But hey, some people will only go on the Zeus network. Meanwhile, everybody else will be diversified everywhere else. It's okay. Not everybody's going to make it. But also, you can't expand by disrespecting people who have a difference of opinion than you. But hey, just a black man talking on YouTube. You can't say that you're about this, that, and the third, but yet when it gets too hot, don't throw anything my way. Don't say you're here for something, you can handle it if you can't take it. Moving on.
Like baseball will be back soon with spring training, or watching whatever their favorite streaming platform is, whether it is the Peacock, Hulu, Paramount Plus, Disney Plus, Apple TV, so on and so forth. You go to Netflix to watch TV shows, watch movies, and everything else. But you're not going to Netflix for podcasts. Just like they try to gentrify, pop the balloon, they try to make it a live event, they turned it into an absolute circus, they turned it into an absolute joke, and it only lasted 8 episodes. So we will see how long this version of the Breakfast Club lasts before too much engagement is gone from the show, and they're going to have to figure out another way to reinvent the wheel. But nonetheless, with that being said, this is the end. Hype the video. There is that. That is it. That is all. Es todos, es final, es finito. It's the end of the road. It's the end of the line for this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you're notified the moment I post content on my channel. And with that being said, I'll talk to you guys again very soon.
Like, comment, share, subscribe to that beautiful sister right there. Like I said, y'all, this is a very interesting conversation. I don't think it's going to stop anytime soon. I think, if anything, I think the creator economy will be watching this story. And you never, as a content creator, leave where you made it as much as you can. If anything, what you do is you have your platform and you utilize your platform as a way to get in the door. So let's just say, like, and I'm gonna use Armand Wiggins for example, because he was talking about he is looking over a contract, right? Now, Armand Wiggins said that from what it looks like from the contract, that he may not have he may not have a Twitter anymore, right? But he has his YouTube show and he's hosting a show, right? Remember when he was on TGIF? He still had his YouTube channel as he was hosting TGIF. That's how you do it. Your autonomy and your control determines how much work you get. So Braylon's virtual tour goes live to Netflix. Guess what? We're broadcasting it off of my YouTube channel. We're broadcasting it off of Netflix Strong Black Lead's YouTube channel. We're broadcasting it off of Netflix's YouTube channel. Why? So we can keep the cycle going. Because these 3,384 subscribers, they were here when I had nothing. I got to 1 million views on YouTube because the platform allowed me to grow. Y'all have the reach, but without people being able to see a way to access it, they're not going to want to invest. Child, it's going to be interesting. So we're going to take a little bit of a commercial break, and we will be back with more Braylon's Virtual Tour live right after this. We are live on tour. Like, comment, share, subscribe. We'll be back right after this.
starts and never ends. Tune in, lean and feel the groove. Every moment, a vibe you can't lose. It's for the culture, by the culture. Braylon Lee's got the soul to show you. Breaking it down, lifting it higher. Feel the rhythm, spark the fire. Hear the whispers in the city's hum, echoes of stories where we're from. A beat, a step, a voice so clear, the pulse of us, it's all right here. We got soul, we got flavor, every moment is a savior, every experience is an overcomer. Turn it up, feel the glow, let the rhythm flow. Spotlight shining, we in the zone. This is the place where the culture's grown. Stories untold, now they're coming alive. Braylon Lee got the vibe tonight. One thing to know and two things for sure. Higher is waiting and lower is available. But either way, we gotta go on tour. It's Braylon Lee's virtual tour, where the culture makes its move. Feel the love, feel the truth. This is us, this is you. From the unknown, the unembraced and more. This show, this brand and the possibilities of what can be is all here for you. I'm just a kid from the rock, trying to be a rock for people, trying to make it best they can to become. Being moved as a creator of power, to lift up all of us, not just a selective few. For the culture, by the culture, here we be. Braylon Lee, bringing life to your screen. Feel the soul, feel the truth, we're free. Trust and believe it's entertainment, news done away with. Braylon Lee, spotlight sharp like a diamond shine. We see the stars, but the stories align. Deep in the soul where the heartbeats find. The pulse of the people redefining time. Just a pro tip, people have to earn the right to hear your story, but in addition to that, people have to earn the responsibility to be a part of it. Just because we are not seen by everybody doesn't mean we are not been seen by who needs to see us. Noise equals attention and sound equals purpose. Anybody can be a creator, but it takes a somebody to be an artist.
Introducing the greatest escape in the Caribbean, the island you've been waiting for. Welcome to the Great Life on Great Stirrup Cay. This is the greatest pool you've ever seen life, 28,000 square feet of it, and the epic water park life. It's where you can truly experience the whoa life and the floating through paradise life. It's time to escape to a mind-blowing, sky-high tower of water slides and the Here We Go life. Escape to the one more please wherever you please life and kick it into high gear. Escape to where you can kick back and relax. The great life is waiting. Escape to the incredible new Great Stirrup Cay, only with Norwegian Cruise Line. Introducing the...
Open your eyes.
Think of the one place you've always wanted to see.
This is where our magic comes from?
They say if you dream a thing more than once,
Please, please, please.
it's sure to come true.
Everything you see exists together in the great circle of life.
There are stories about what happened.
It's true. All of it.
In every job that must be done, there is an element of fun.
I told you she was tricky.
Life is full of possibilities. What do you want to be remembered for?
The world is in our hands, and we gotta do something with it.
I just want to say a word of thanks to all the artists, the workers, and all of you. The young and the young in heart. You helped make this dream come true.
was plain to see. You were my destiny. God, you have found. I come from nothing. Our son is your son.
Welcome to the celebration.
We all we got.
I'm see that. Don't you leave here to go to happiness. I want you to leave here to
I'm loving it.
And I'm loving y'all right back. Welcome back into Brainley's virtual tour live. Hey, black women are in the building. Good to see you, gorgeous. Glad to have you in. I hope all is well. By the way, y'all like, comment, share, subscribe to Black Women Are in the Building. I remember my early days and how you got started. I am so damn proud of you. Listen, I am so damn proud of everybody who has recognized that there is more to them than just being known by a show, by a person, or by any entity. Life is not one-dimensional. Why are you making yourself that way? Some of y'all are missing being a blessing because you keep being a curse and being one-dimensional. The fuck wrong with you? You got multiple responsibilities on your job, don't you? Fuck wrong with you? I'm just asking a question. Like I said to y'all before, do y'all know Braylon Lee because of Braylon Lee, or do you know him from Melody Cherie? Nothing wrong with Melody. I wish nothing but love, grace, and space for her. But do y'all remember when I told her about the 7th Avenue Beauty Con, the 7th Avenue Beauty Cruise, doing Mellow Con on Nubian TV? I gave those ideas because I talk about the creator economy. I talk about Hollywood. I talk about media. And back in the day, if Melody Cherie was a celebrity, she could beat that celebrity. But we're in 2026 where people want to see many dimensions of you. And with platforms being cut left, right, and center, because for those of you who may not know, Paramount just bought Warner Brothers. Give me a moment. Give me one moment real quick. Does anybody remember that live? The State of Black Media Emergency Town Hall breakdown. Remember that? Remember how I said you can't have two black networks with OWN and BET? I told y'all fuckers that with Paramount Skydance, they got rid of their diversity, equity, and inclusion efforts. And now, guess what? They might have to get rid of that for Warner Brothers Discovery. They could sell off OWN and BET. They could combine OWN into BET. They could sell both, or they could cut both off. So it's important for you to diversify yourself. It's important for you to have equity in a little bit of everything. It's important to make sure that everybody can feel included, that no matter what you do, there's always a space there. It's important to know that everybody can belong somewhere. But when you're reaching up to be a representative for one person all the damn time, they don't see you for you. They don't. What do you want me to do? I'm not wishing hell on Melody. I'm not wishing hell on anybody. Have you seen the world today? We got a PDF file for a president of the United motherfucking States. who judged 13-year-old girls' tightness and forced them to perform fellatio on him. Y'all are so worried about who got the right to talk. That motherfuckers back then, we were strange fruit. And some of y'all are looking like strange fruit virtually based on your behavior. And I know I'm not the biggest unifier in the world. In the words of Max Kellerman, if the fate of the world was on the line, laser beam on the globe equal dollar energy, they wouldn't call Braylon Lee. You know why? Because I give a fuck about being responsible. I give a fuck about integrity. I give a fuck about understanding the assignment. But you know why? There were probably more people with honey for Braylon Lee than throwing vinegar at me. Is because I understand what needs to be done. And some of y'all are just doing anything as a hero to please the people, but you're never going to become a legend because legends do what needs to be done regardless of what people say. We got to 1 million views off of covering media, culture, and social capital stories from a Black perspective. If you are that bitch or Mitch, you ain't got to talk about what anyone else is going through. Because people come to see you. You do realize the more you rise somebody else, the more it diminishes who you are. But hey, I guess you got to take a YouTube class to learn about that shit, huh? Just because somebody gives themselves the title of teacher doesn't mean that they're being a student on their off time learning anything. But hey, y'all got it, right? Y'all got it. Y'all got it. Y'all got it, right? Black women are in the building. You're welcome anytime, my friend. You're welcome anytime. And all y'all welcome over here anytime. I'm always chilling over here. In the words of Brandon, I'm in my own little corner, in my own little chair, being whoever I want to be. You know the blessing of Cinderella? Even though her evil stepsisters and her stepmama tried to cut off her blessings, she was still blessed because she stuck to who she was. Some of y'all move in some wicked y'all move in some wicked stepsister and stepmom energy. And some of y'all who can't stand others becoming a Cinderella, you're stomping on them because nobody could ever elevate you to be a Cinderella because you don't even see it for your fucking damn self. Now, if what I'm saying ain't true, don't respond to it, right? But if you do respond, it must be true to a 1/5 quarter or a 1/2 of a degree. You know why McDonald's got franchised? Because everybody liked the original. You can have other shows that seem like the original, but there's only one of one for a reason. That's why limited edition Funko Pops go so quick, because it's the scarcity. But not just the scarcity, but it is the weight of that scarcity and what that item means. When it has meaning, it has value. If what you're doing doesn't have any weight, it has no value. My Lord Jesus. Like I always say, anybody can be a creator, but it takes somebody to be an artist. Just because you finally are starting to make it, don't forget how you got started. Because everybody failed at something in life. You can hoop, holler, scream about how successful you are, but child, real success is being known for who you are. And when all the chips are down, how you move forward. Whether you're doing a whole show like Anton Daniels with 10 people, where you're doing a panel show with 5, or you're doing it with 3, can y'all do original content without being known for one thing? Can people pull up albums of memories? Or can they just remember you for moments that are like vapor? And this is going back to the Breakfast Club. Because like I said, radio back in the day with the Tom Jordan Morning Show, you used to listen to the whole damn show from 6 to 10. You did. But now, people don't listen to album of morning radio. Oh, no. They listen to the singles from the show. And like I said, not everybody has to do the same thing. What I do and what Kim Power does are two completely different things. But I bet you this Kim Power is known for him. I bet you that. Lovely T is known for who she is. I bet you that. Like I've said before, we can go YouTube show for YouTube show, but you won't be able to beat me. You won't be able to do a fifth core or half of what I do, because some of y'all will have a mental coma trying to be truthful in your diversity and not faltering and not being able to hold your own. Radio taught me how to find my voice. Television taught me how to control the time slot. And then the marketplace taught me how to diversify it. Some of y'all are making it because you had nothing but free time on your hands and you needed something to do. Others of y'all are making it because this is what the fuck you were supposed to do. And with that being said, we've done the whole show for over 2 hours. Child. Whew, man, it's good to be back. It's good to be back. And like I said, I know in the beginning we had our technical issues, but one thing to know and two things for sure. The words of Dory: just keep swimming, just keep swimming. What do? We just keep swimming, swimming, swimming. Just keep swimming, everybody. So let's play that anthem one more time. Here we go, everybody. Love y'all. Let's get it. We're live on tour. Like, comment, share, subscribe. We'll be back right after this. Roll it.
Lights go low, the city goes high. Stories untold under moonlit skies. Braylon got the vibe, got the flow for the culture. Yeah, you already know. Turn it up, lean back, feel the breeze. Late night truths drifting through the trees. It's for the culture, by the culture. Braylon's got the soul to show ya. Breaking it down, lifting it higher. Feel the rhythm, spark the fire. Headlines flip with a soulful twist. Behind the scenes where the magic sits. It's the heartbeat of the now and the then, where the story starts and never ends. Tune in, lean and feel the groove. Every moment, a vibe you can't lose. It's for the culture, by the culture. Braylon's got the soul to show you. Breaking it down, lifting it higher. Feel the rhythm, spark the fire. Hear the whispers in the city's hum. Echoes of stories where we're from. A beat, a step, a voice so clear, the pulse of us, it's all right here. We got soul, we got flavor. Every moment is a savior. Every experience is an overcomer. Turn it up, feel the glow, let the rhythm flow. Spotlight shining, we in the zone. This is the place where the culture's grown. Stories untold, now they're coming alive. Braylon Lee got the vibe tonight. One thing to know and two things for sure. Higher is waiting and lower is available. But either way, we gotta go on tour. It's Braylon Lee's virtual tour, where the culture makes its move. Feel the love, feel the truth. This is us, this is you. From the unknown, the unembraced and more. This show, this brand and the possibilities of what can be is all here for you. I'm just a kid from the rock, trying to be a rock for people, trying to make it best they can to become. Being moved as a creator of power to lift up all of us, not just a selective few. For the culture, by the culture, here we be. Braylon Lee, bringing life to your screen. Feel the soul, feel the truth. We're free, trust and believe. It's entertainment, news done away with. Braylon Lee, spotlight sharp like a diamond shine. We see the stars, but the stories align. Deep in the soul where the heartbeats find. The pulse of the people redefining time. Just a pro tip, people have to earn the right to hear your story, but in addition to that, people have to earn the responsibility to be a part of it. Just because we are not seen by everybody doesn't mean we are not been seen by who needs to see us. Noise equals attention and sound equals purpose. Anybody can be a creator, but it takes a somebody to be an artist.
Anybody can be a creator, but it takes a somebody to be an artist. Welcome back into Braylon Lee's virtual tour live, everybody. We are live on tour, 2 hours, 13 minutes, and 24 seconds. We are back on tour. Took a little break. I explained at the top of the show what happened to me and just resetting some things. Like I said, if you say a person needs to do this, that, and the third, make sure your house is in order before you say that anywhere on social media. Because I'm sure you got some stuff going on with yourself, virtually or in reality, that you need to attend to. And to down anybody, that goes to show you don't give a damn about depression, anxiety, or anybody suffering just because you can be holier than thou. God has a way of bringing what you need to do back around to your doorstep. And most of the time, the people in the chat, they can't do a fifth, quarter, or half of what you do on YouTube. So they just talking out their ass because they ain't got nothing to do in their real life or virtually. That's like calling yourself unpopular opinion, thinking that people don't think that you're popular and your opinion is worth something. Shut up, Braylon. Yo, let's get the Daily Motivator head on out of here. Like I said, tomorrow night, Thursday. Normally don't go live Thursday, but it's been a long minute since I did a tour. Not too long, but I really enjoyed the break. I may do that more often. Because self-care is the best care, everybody. But let me show you the show that we got for you tomorrow night. And believe me, I'm seeing all, okay? I'm seeing the Stephon Diggs got released by the Patriots. Okay, that happens all the time in sports. I don't know why it's a big deal. You know what I mean? But hey, he got released. I see that Simon Portia ran into it again. What a shocker. You got me going in circles, round and round and round and round. So this show right here, Linnell still is already getting much love to you. Tomorrow night when we talk about Milagro Grams. Yeah, she wants to be new media, but hates being talked about. Can't have both, darling. We're going to talk about the NAACP Image Awards, and something very big happened. that nobody has said out loud. Oh, I'm going to. Believe me, you. The Biggie Cole filed for bankruptcy. She's the CEO of Slutty Vegan, the newest cast member of The Real Housewives of Atlanta. We'll talk about that. Cinescape has a brand new studios out in California. We're going to talk about that, how that relates to the creator economy. The Kennedy Center, because nobody calls it that first name. Nobody. Apparently, it went from it being renamed to having renovations to moving out of that venue. You heard me. Being renamed, renovations to moving out that venue. Being renamed, renovations, and now moving out the venue. We'll talk about that. That baby on the right-hand side made some big news in New York. We'll talk about that. Then, of course, MAC Cosmetics. We talked about that as our positive news story, that MAC Cosmetics is coming to Ulta Beauty. But there is a bigger cultural significance to that. We'll talk about that. And you see that post there, casting for Netflix Strong Black Lead. Yes, Netflix Strong Black Lead is casting for a new social series. I will have all the intel for you. And I know what you guys are thinking. Bray, you talked about this? And you going to talk about Netflix tomorrow? I gave Netflix love, grace, and space because guess what? Here's the thing. It was more about the business side than hating on Netflix. And I get it. If I'm Netflix, motherfucker, I want it all because I'm the top dog. But that doesn't mean that you undercut the foundation that allows you to have the accessibility, the flexibility, and the privilege to be able to gain all that content. You can walk and chew bubble gum at the same time. You can. But it's a huge opportunity, and y'all know we're all about utilizing the power of information to help people. Sometimes we have to use it to handle people as well, when necessary. But that's not all the time. Only when it's necessary. So let's get the Daily Mover and then head on out. But this show will be tomorrow night, live at 6 o'clock. I'll see you here for another edition of Braylon's Virtual Tour Live. It is good to be back. Let me thank everybody for being here. Sluggers, official, welcome in. Jared White. Okay. CC, thank you so much, gorgeous. And Black women are in the building. Miss you too. You're always welcome over here. To everybody in the bushes, y'all can come out. I know you still love me. I know you still care about me. I know some of y'all miss me too. Enough time has passed. You see, I've moved on. And like I said, some of y'all really missing out on some wonderful blessings by listening to curses. And I don't know why y'all listen to some curses that their brains hadn't developed after the age of 26. They don't have the attention span to do live streams. I'm just listen. Okay. All right. Moving on. And also too, like Milagro Grams, when she said that she's tired of her name being utilized because it's a slow news day, you don't get to say that you're not a part of it, but yet put yourself in it. That's just like Wendy Williams and what happened with Kelvin Hunter. She took it on the chin. She was like, no, it's very fair that people talk about me as a hot topic. Because how can I talk about other people's business but not handle my own? Either you're not going to eat the cake and not have diabetes, or you're going to eat the cake and have diabetes. One of the two. By the way, if you eat cake, you don't actually get diabetes automatically. It was a metaphor. Moving on. You can't build a reputation on what you're going to do, Henry Ford. You can't build a reputation on what you're going to do. You can't build a reputation on what you're going to do, Henry Ford. It's funny that Henry Ford said this, because I said to one of my exes, actions are how people know you, and how you carry yourself is how people remember you. Just because you don't want anybody talking about you doesn't mean that they don't have the right to talk about you. If you want somebody to talk about the experience of who you were to them, you should have treated them better. Sorry. Sorry. And this is my sorry for 2004. I'm not gonna mess up no more this year. And I take my one chance and make it real clear. Damn, I'm sorry. Some of y'all will be working at a bank location called Bravo. Meanwhile, I'm working with the bank operator and owner and proprietor, NBC Universal. And I'm getting a bag from NBC, NBC News, Universal Pictures, okay, Universal theme parks, and everything in between. Be one-dimensional if you want to, and see you only get one-dimensional lessons. Okay? All right, let's keep going. It's time for a day over for today, March 4th, 2026, everybody. Clarify your objective. Do you ever have trouble taking action or being effective in that action? Improve the situation by making the goal more compelling. Get absolutely clear about what you seek to accomplish and why. Drill down into the details of the results you desire. Understand and express to yourself the connection between your goal and what you deeply care about. If there's no connection, then either forge one that's authentic or consider directing your results or directing your efforts. Directing your results elsewhere. The energy and competence necessary to get anything done come from purpose. From an ambiguous purpose will flow an abundance of energy. Without, you'll only ever get half-hearted attempts. Clear, specific results and effective, persistent actions are inseparable and feed upon each other. The objective must be continually integrated into the effort and the effort into the objective. Know precisely what you intend to do and why it matters. That gives you access to whatever is necessary to make it happen. Ralph Moore said, well, let's talk about clarify your objective. The first thing you got to recognize is that he or she who has not sinned cast the first stone. Now, it's one thing to say, I would expect that this wouldn't be everybody else's content. Well, if that's the case, someone's personality shouldn't just be mean, hateful, and spiteful just because they don't get their way. You can't tell other people what they should or should not be doing about what their content is, right? But yet you over here hooping, hollering, and ranting that other people have a difference of opinion than you. At that point, just don't be on YouTube if you can't take it, right? Because it really boggles my mind. So it's cool when y'all do it, but ain't cool when other people do it. I'm just a little confused. Because last time I checked, I don't think people who, disrespect subscribers and call them names and, say this, that, and the third, I don't think they ever make it anywhere higher, right? And I think social media has some people warped that their success here translates out in real life. And it doesn't. Not for everybody, no. The way it really translates is if you can execute that energy into the different assignments in real life. That's how it translates. Just because you're big here don't mean that you're big to anybody else. Because I believe that Level T is more known in Hollywood than Tasha K. But then again, Tasha K did talk about Cardi B and her child having herpes. So there is that too, right? So that's the first thing. Don't say, right, that, oh my God, I can't believe that this is all people's content when you're one-dimensional with your personality, angry, hooping, and hollering, and when people try to invest in you, you have an attitude because you can't handle somebody else existing besides yourself, right? So clarify your objective of if you want to reach everybody, you have to do the work within you to understand that not everybody's going to agree, but you respect everybody that comes into your home because without them, you don't exist. And I'm talking about that from a general business sense. Okay? The second thing I want to say, y'all, is Clear, specific results and effective, persistent actions are inseparable and feed upon each other. Faith without hard works is dead. When I got my plates cleaned up with my mom, shout out to my mom for helping me because, Lord Jesus, we were up from 1 p.m. Sunday to 4:56 a.m. And boy, was I tired. Not tired, tired. Not tired, tired. But we got it done because the objective was clear and we put our energy into the objective. If you have an objective, but you don't match the energy into that objective, you ain't going to get nowhere. Like, sorry, I don't know what you want me to do. Life is not a crystal staircase. It's not. Finally, that gives you access to whatever is necessary to make it happen. Now, just because you clarifying your objective gives you access to whatever is necessary to make it happen doesn't mean you're going to get all the resources to make it happen. Because based on the level that you're at in life depends on the level of resources you receive. The resources that a lovely to your kinpire will get is different than myself or black women are in the building. But the gag is, though, lovely T, kinpire, myself, black women are in the building. We all are people who deserve resources. You just have to recognize the different resources at the level that you're at. And with that being said, everybody, it's time for the best outro on YouTube. Know what you do and do what you know. Never say you weren't born special because you were always born a blessed trust. You may not be where you want to be. By the end of it, you'll be where you need to be. Do what you've been chosen to do. Why is one thing to call yourself is another to be chosen. One love, much love, all love. I can spend time with you. You can spend time with me. I hope you might spend time together. Rise, be great together. And always remember what you're doing: radio, television, YouTube, living your best life. Or, you're taking a swing to do something for yourself, knowing good to damn well when other people have went to defend themselves, they fell flat on their face because they didn't have all the faculties to recognize that if you're going to put up a war, you got to give it everything you got. There's a reason why that army got destroyed by the Trojan horse, because they thought they were the winners. But the game is not over till it's over. Child, Milagro Grams did things pro se. You saw how it turned out for her. Child. Just because you file pro se doesn't mean that you're not at fault. Because there is two sides to the story. And it's very easy to accept a story when you're the only one telling it. Make sure the replay is not just right for you watch it, not just right for the super if you want to spirit it. Again, I love you, I value, I embrace you. I always remember, on receive love, you gotta give it, on receive love, you gotta give it, on receive love, you gotta give it. Whatever obstacles you've overcome, whatever success you have achieved upon this particular day, I'm extremely proud of you, but no one else is proud. Be proud of you now. So finally, y'all, listen. Woo, man. First show back, right? Talking about the Breakfast Club and iHeartMedia. I want you to know something. Platforms are only powerful based on who owns it, not who runs it. If you really want to be somebody, own yourself. When you own yourself, you'll own any room you walk into. Sad part of it is some people think that being seen is more important than doing the work. But without doing the work, you can never be seen, can you? Commercial break and fireworks are coming your way for the day that was, for the day that's to come, for the blessings on the way for you, me, always. As a society, as a people, as a culture, I feel the love. I send it right back to you. Good night, everybody. Love you all.
I thought I should tell you they've been talking about you. Yeah, they've been talking about you. They've been talking about the fact that They've done everything they could to stop you and everything they could to block you, but you still win. They've been talking about the fact that they have undermined your success and they have tried to sabotage your seasons, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that even though they don't like each other, they get together to try to kill you, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that you were voted least likely to succeed, but like cream, you keep rising to the top. They've been talking about how they tried to burn your world down, but like the phoenix, you rose from the ashes. They've been talking about you. And you know what they say? Oh, she's just lucky. He's just lucky. But no, you ain't lucky. You're anointed. You got something on you. You got favor on you. You got power on you. You were born to win. Now they can call it luck, but it's grace. They can call it luck, but it's favor. But whatever they call it, it doesn't matter, because you know what God calls you? Do you know what God calls you? A winner. I thought I should tell you, they've been talking about you. Yeah, they've been talking about you. They've been talking about the fact that they've done everything they could to stop you and everything they could to block you, but you still win. They've been talking about the fact that they have undermined your success and they have tried to sabotage your seasons, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that even though they don't like each other, they get together to try to kill you, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that you were voted least likely to succeed, but like cream, you keep rising to the top. They've been talking about how they tried to burn your world down, but like the phoenix, you rose from the ashes. They've been talking about you. And you know what they say? Oh, she's just lucky. He's just lucky. But no, you ain't lucky. You're anointed. You got something on you. You got favor on you. You got power on you. You were born to win. Now they can call it luck, but it's grace. They can call it luck, but it's favor. But whatever they call it, it doesn't matter, because you know what God calls you? Do you know what God calls you? A winner. I thought I should tell you, they've been talking about you. Yeah, they've been talking about you. They've been talking about the fact that they've done everything they could to stop you and everything they could to block you, but you still win. They've been talking about the fact that they have undermined your success and they have tried to sabotage your seasons, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that even though they don't like each other, they get together to try to kill you, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that you were voted least likely to succeed, but like cream, you keep rising to the top. They've been talking about how they tried to burn your world down, but like the phoenix, you rose from the ashes. They've been talking about you. And you know what they say? Oh, she's just lucky. He's just lucky. But no, you ain't lucky. You're anointed. You got something on you. You got favor on you. You got power on you. You were born to win. Now they can call it luck, but it's grace. They can call it luck, but it's favor. But whatever they call it, it doesn't matter, because you know what God calls you? Do you know what God calls you? A winner. I thought I should.
Good evening. My name is Mark Woodbury. I'm the chairman and CEO of Universal Destinations and Experiences. Well, we're finally here. Tomorrow we begin a new chapter at Universal Orlando Resort as we open Epic Universe. We built this place for you. I want to thank you, our fans, for your love of our stories, characters, and immersive experiences that inspired this incredible place. Epic Universe represents over 8 years of meticulous planning, immense creativity, and innovation, combined with unmatched craftsmanship and operational excellence on the part of thousands of people who have brought to life the stories and characters that live beyond each of Epic's portals. But it represents so much more. Your love of Universal and the deep connections we've shared together here in Orlando over the past 30 years inspired us to dream bigger and to push the boundaries to create something extraordinary for you and for generations of fans and families to come. And tomorrow, as we open Epic Universe, I can't wait for you to experience this place for yourself. Now it's your turn to step inside, to lose yourself, and to share this place with the ones you love most. As we open this park, we hope your world becomes a little more epic. Tomorrow, Epic Universe becomes yours.
Are video games getting too expensive? This episode, we want to find some common ground because the CEOs want to raise the price even more.
Not with these broken ass games.
$5 million. That's how much San Andreas costs to make.
Is it their fault for selling or our fault for buying?
Corporations claim all this stuff. Devs say otherwise.
Sports gamers, cozy gamers, whatever you call the people who play Power Wash Simulator.
I think it stings a little bit more because I'm spending my actual money and my mom is not. Imagine they get rid of all movie theaters and then charge you the same price to watch the same movie at home.
That's like every streaming service. It doesn't have to be the longest of games, but am I having fun with it? This is Lex. I'm Ronell. Let's get right into it.
Prepare for a journey beyond imagination, beyond belief, beyond anything you've experienced before. Universal Epic Universe, a new theme park where you'll step through extraordinary portals to 5 immersive worlds. Prepare for a cosmic voyage of discovery, an isle of fire-breathing excitement, a shadowy world of monsters and mystery, new wonders in the wizarding world, and a new way to play. Plus the splendor of a magnificent resort hotel overlooking the park. It's all new excitement at Universal Orlando Resort. A week's worth of vacation thrills with 4 amazing theme parks, a variety of spectacular themed hotels, and incredible dining and entertainment. It's all at Universal Orlando Resort, where you'll find new adventures every day. Explore the astonishing worlds of Universal Epic Universe at Universal Orlando Resort.
Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content.
I've been moving on my own accord, covering Black culture. There is more to life. I heard that, friend. Braylon, shout out to Braylon. Make sure y'all go follow Braylon in case y'all haven't. I love your content. I have been moving on my own accord, covering Black culture. There is more to life. I heard that, friend. Braylon, shout out to Braylon. Make sure y'all go follow Braylon in case y'all haven't. I love your content. I have been moving on my own accord, covering Black culture. There is more to life. I heard that, friend. Braylon, shout out to Braylon. Make sure y'all go follow Braylon in case y'all haven't. I love your content. I have been moving on my own accord, covering Black culture. There is more to life. I heard that, friend. Braylon, shout out to Braylon. Make sure y'all go follow Braylon in case y'all haven't. I love your content. Child, Braylon been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time. Child, Braylon been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time. Child, Braylon been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time. Child, Braylon been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time. Child, Braylon been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time. Child, Braylon been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time.